Hey everyone! So I'm coming back to YouTube after a very long break. I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry that I haven't gotten the chance to make videos. There's been a lot of changes, and I will do a video about all of it coming up here pretty soon. Expect that maybe in the next few weeks. But today I wanted to do this controversial parenting tag. And I thought that would be a great way to come back onto YouTube and express my opinions on these topics. Again, these are my opinions. I hope that you respect that, and if you choose to disagree with me, that's totally fine. I don't want any rude comments. I will delete them. Alright, so let's begin. The first one is pro-life, pro-choice. This is a really tough one. I am definitely pro-choice. I think a woman should have a right to what happens with her body, especially with the fetus in her. If she wasn't planning on the pregnancy, I think she should have a way to not have to go through with that. And because some women don't have the support to go through the pregnancy and then to put the baby up for adoption. And I think that could destroy a lot of women. And I think it has destroyed a lot of women, so I'm definitely pro-choice that if the woman feels strongly about it, she should be able to do it. That being said, I don't want any woman to use it as a birth control all the time, because I don't think that's healthy. And I think women should have better access to birth control and maybe make them a little bit cheaper or have a maybe less expensive version of it. So that's my view. The second is baby wearing. I love baby wearing. I baby wear Athena all the time. I have two different ones. One I don't really use is the baby born, because I feel like Athena just doesn't fit in it well. But the second one that I have is my Becco Soul, and I love it. It's super comfortable, super lightweight. I don't even feel the 20 pounds of Athena on me. A few weeks ago, I did 2.5 mile walk with her on my back, and I mean, I barely felt her. It was great. And with my job of doing errands for 2 different families, I get a lot of use out of it. So definitely baby wearing. It was a great thing. The third is circumcision. I honestly don't have a view on this yet, just because I didn't have a son and I never did the research on it, but I just don't know. Fourth is adoption. I am 100% for adoption. I think adoption is great, that a mother can put her trust in another family to take care of her baby and raise her baby as their own. I think that's awesome. Also for the kids that were born into a very difficult family, removed, and then kind of have that sense of not knowing who their family was, or if they would ever have a family, and then they finally find that and they embrace it. So I'm definitely for adoption. The next topic is baby piercing. I didn't baby pierce Athena's ears, mainly because I didn't think it was necessary, and for the fact that when she was little, her immune system was so weak that we spent so much time in the hospital. I didn't want to add the chance of her ears getting infected. Even though I know that probably doesn't happen that often, but for a scared single mother, it was a big concern for me. So I decided not to do it, and now I just feel like, what's the point? Why would I go and put her in pain for things she may not want later in life? And if she does decide that she wants something in her life, then we will look into doing it, but not now. The next topic is breast versus formula. I formula fed Athena for 2 reasons mainly. One, her mouth wasn't formed correctly when she was born. It wasn't fully formed, so it was very hard for her to latch. Thus, I started adding formula to breast milk, but then as becoming a single mother, I knew I had to get a job, and the realization of taking care of her being in and out of the hospital and trying to work, I just couldn't pump as much as I needed to sustain my supply, so I switched her fully to formula. But also, I feel like moms that formula feed their children for medical reasons are still looked down upon, even though most of us really wanted to try to breastfeed, and we tried for months and months and months and just didn't work. And I think formula feeding moms should have a little bit more support too. Like, I know breastfeeding is hard, but you know, it's hard emotionally not to be able to supply what your baby needs to. But next topic is spanking. I think there's a right and a wrong way to spank. I never spank to make a sound, and I never spank to hurt. I think if you do that, I think that's a wrong way to spank if it makes a sound and if it hurts. And I don't think spanking should be the first punishment either. Like, I think with Athena, I talk through what I don't like with her. If she listens and backs away, and goes back to it, then we talk about it again. But if she keeps doing it after I talk to her, like right after, then I kind of raise my voice a little bit, and then raise my voice a little bit more. I never yell, and then I honestly just lay my hand on her butt, and she understands that it's the exact same message, like, you know, I don't want you doing this, and then I remove her completely if she still doesn't. So that's kind of like my way of punishing her, I guess. The next is co-sleeping. I didn't co-sleep with Athena, mainly because the NICU nurse scared the living wits out of me. Because Athena's lungs weren't fully developed as a baby, they had warned me not to co-sleep because the risk of infant loss. And like, we didn't have bumpers in her crib. She didn't sleep with anything for a really long time, just because of that. And I move a lot during my sleep, and I was so afraid of like rolling over her and not knowing it, and then waking up to a dead baby. Like, it freaked me out, so I didn't do it. Home, public, private, or charter school. I think this depends on the child. I'm probably going to start Athena off in public school and see how she does and go from there. So, that's my plan. Next is vaccinations. I have had Athena vaccinated from the very beginning, mainly because I didn't want my child being the one to spread something, and I didn't want the risk of her catching something really bad. So, I vaccinate. Medicating children. Honestly, in some cases this is necessary, but if you're going to medicate a child, make sure there's professional help along the way. Don't just medicate them to try to control it, because there is no magical drug that cures everything. And I think children need to have that outlet. I was in therapy since I was about 8, in and out of therapy. And it wasn't until later in my teen years where it was really starting to be effective. But I think if you find the right therapist and the right medication, it will help the child in the long run. The next topic is cloth versus disposable diapers. I use disposable just because I feel like we're so busy in a day that I don't have the time to like wash poop out of a diaper. Like, I just want to roll it up and forget about it. That's the reason why I did it. Plus, when she was first born, when I was debating disposable cloth, I really looked into cloth, and it was just completely out of my budget for how many diapers you need and how many liners you need and the wet bags, and I just didn't have the money to spend like that. So we just opted disposable. I get the big boxes. They last me anywhere from 1.5 months to 2 months. So yeah, that's what I do. The cried out method. I think this can be very, very confusing to new parents what the cried out method is, because when you think of crying, you're thinking of a baby that has tears coming down, is really stressed, and I don't think that's the type of crying this means. Personally, I know my daughter kind of has this fake tired cry that if I went in there to check on her, it would wake her up completely, and then we'd have that whole issue. I would never ever leave my daughter crying hysterically unless I need to calm down for a minute or two so I can calm her down. But if she's just doing her little that, where she's not really crying, exactly that, then I don't go in and check on her, and she usually falls asleep in 5 minutes once she starts that. So I mean, she's been like that since 6 months old. She'd go down like that. But yeah, I think that can be a very confusing topic. But yeah. So I hope you enjoyed my opinions. Again, please no rude comments, as these are my opinions, and I accept that your opinions are different. And if you do want to comment something that I said that you think is different, please, by all means, comment that. Just don't be rude about it. That's all I'm asking. You know, I'm a first-time parent, and you may just change my mind on certain topics. So I don't know everything, and I do like to take in advice whenever possible. So if you do have an idea or something that I said that you think I should rethink, please comment it, let me know, and I will take it into consideration. Again, thanks for watching my videos, and I promise I am now back on YouTube, and I will start making some more videos. Right now I have to make them on my phone just because I'm repairing my camera and my computer currently. So, as they have broken, or I will get a new camera, I'm not quite sure. But I do need to fix my computer, and then I should make better videos. So stick with me on just my phone, and I will see you in a later video. Bye!